Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about something huge, how to handle the massive shifts AI is bringing to our jobs. This isn't just some survival guide, it's a real roadmap to actually thrive.
And that really sets the stage, doesn't it? The biggest risk. It's not the tech. It's us, just standing still. And look, this isn't about suddenly becoming a coding genius. It's about choosing to lead the change instead of just getting swept away by it.
All right, first up, let's get real about just how big this disruption is. We're talking about an AI shockwave. And yeah, that's not some gentle ripple. It's a massive force that's completely changing the game for all of us.
Okay, so let's put a number on this. The World Economic Forum says that a staggering 44% of our core professional skills are going to be different by 2027. Think about that. That's just around the corner. This isn't some sci-fi future. It is knocking on our door right now.
And this phrase just nails it. It feels like a slow transition, right? Like we've got plenty of time to figure it out. But we don't. This is a full-blown revolution, and the rulebook for our careers is being rewritten as we speak. Yeah, and because of this revolution, that old career path, it's totally obsolete. You know the one. You graduate, get a job, climb that ladder, and then retire. That's gone. The new path is all about being dynamic, agile. You have to constantly be evolving. Honestly, you got to think of yourself like a startup now, always learning, always ready to pivot.
Okay, so if the old way is dead, how in the world do we navigate this new one? Well, that brings us to the core solution. If AI is the shockwave, think of this next part as your armor, adaptability.
So what does that even mean? It means we have to totally rethink what job security is. It's not about your job title anymore or who you work for. Your real security, your most critical asset, is how well you can adapt.
And you know what? This is exactly where we as humans have a huge advantage. And AI can crunch numbers like nobody's business, but it can't replicate these uniquely human skills. I'm talking about critical thinking, to actually question the data it gives you. Empathy, to really connect with people. Creative problem solving, when there's no clear answer. And communication, to bridge that gap between us and the machines. These are the skills that make us stand out.
The author R Krishna Mohan puts it perfectly. Relevance is never static. Just let that sink in for a second. That degree you got, that was just the starting line, not a free pass for life. Relevance is something you have to earn, renew, and reimagine every single day.
Okay, so we've talked about the problem, we've got the right mindset. Now, let's get practical. Let's roll up our sleeves. In this section, we're going to open up your future-proof toolkit, and I'll walk you through some real, actionable frameworks you can start using today.
First thing in the toolkit, your personal brand. The VISA strategy is a super simple but powerful way to manage it. So V is for value. What unique problem do you solve? I is for image. How are you managing your online footprint? S is for signature content, sharing your insights to show you know your stuff, and A is for authentic engagement, actually talking with people in your professional community.
Next up, networking. In this digital world, you can't just wing it. You need a system. The NET model is that system. N is for nurture your dormant contacts, all those people you've lost touch with. E is for expand your network, but strategically. Go to virtual events, connect with a real purpose. And T is for track your follow-ups. You have to be intentional about this, because honestly, your network is your career insurance policy.
All right, this brings us to the final, and I think the most important section. We've got the mindset, we've got the tools. Now, it's go time. It's time to launch your reinvention.
So the big question is, how do you even start? I mean, this is the question that stops most of us in our tracks, right? It just feels so overwhelming. But the answer isn't to go back to school for another degree or wait for some perfect moment that's never going to come. The answer is to just start with a plan.
And here's the best part, the most empowering part of all of this. You don't need a brand new degree. You don't need to spend a ton of money. All you need is a strategy and a system to follow. That makes reinventing yourself something literally anyone can do.
And here is that system. A 100-day plan broken down into 3 simple phases. First, days 1 to 30, that's your reset phase. You audit your skills, figure out a clear direction. Then, days 31 to 70, that's rebrand. You update your profiles, you build up your online presence. And finally, days 71 to 100, you relaunch. Start a small project. Show the world what you're capable of now.
So, when you boil it all down, the takeaway is pretty simple. The future of work isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you get to build. This whole thing is about swapping out that fear for a sense of agency. So, the only question left is, what's the very first step you're going to take to design your future?